Hi there, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today I'll be talking about an album that I really like and I keep going back to. It's from one of those 80 icons band that kind of changed singers. It's a divisive album among the fans. This is the 1994 album from Motley Crue. It was released March 15th of 1994, I believe. By this point, right up to this album, Motley Crue were the biggest rock band on the planet. Dr. Feelgood has sold over 5 million units, multiple hit singles. Of course, during the 80s, they had Shout at the Devil, Girls, 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 Theater of Pain, with Smoking in the Boys' Room, Home Sweet Home, Girls, 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 Wild Side, Shout at the Devil, you name it. These guys were one of the biggest bands on the planet. And they just re-signed with their record label for I think $25 million. But within the band, there was tension, and depending on how you look at, either Vince Neil left the band or he got fired. No one's gonna really know. They brought in this guy who was from a band called The Scream, John Corabi, who would go on to one of my other favorite bands, the Dead Daisies. Comes in with a stronger voice, a huskier voice, a raspier voice. They got rid of the stripper vibe that they were going for and going into more harder rock. This was a full-fledged, in my opinion, a band album. These guys were playing together. It wasn't an image anymore. These guys, it sounded like a band effort. And that's what makes this so phenomenal. I like so many songs on here. The powerful album opener, Power to the Music. I like Uncle Jack. It's a kind of an atmospheric one. Hooligan's Holiday is a catchy song. Misunderstood is probably one of the best songs they've ever done. Love Shine is good. Smoke the Sky is phenomenal. Drift Away is another beautiful song. I got this one called The Crucial Crew. I believe they added these extra song called Hypnotized, Baby Kills, and Living in the Know. Like I said, this is the drumming on here. Tommy Lee's drumming is intense. It's intense. The guitar playing is intense in here. It really. I used to love Motley Crue. And then I heard this album and said, forget those albums. I just went back to this all the time, and I keep going back to this album. I love this album. I think it's one of the few times they actually sound like a band. And you know what the thing is? It was so good, and I think it was just so late that people just then at this time Nirvana had taken off. So fans of Nirvana, Alice in Chains, Soundgarden didn't buy into these guys sounding like them. So the record buying public didn't go for it. And then the diehard Motley Crue fans said, where's Vince? We're not backing this up. So this sold 500,000 units, 500,000 copies, compared to Dr. Feelgood, which sold about 5 million copies. It's a big drop. And about 3 years later, Vince was back in the band. It's unfortunate. I would have loved to have seen them do another album together and see where they would have taken it. It would have been great. I think they had great chemistry, and I said it was a real band effort, and I was really surprised. If anybody ever thought Motley Crue weren't a real band, this is the album that kind of proves all of it wrong, and they do have the musical chops to back it up. I love this album. I keep going back to it, and it's the only one from Motley Crue I really go back to regularly. Once in a while, I'll go back to Shout at the Devil or Dr. Feelgood. But this is the one I really keep going back to. And people say it's not a Motley Crue record. You got 3 out of 4 members on there. Van Halen changed lead singer. We still thought it was Van Halen. Kiss left 2 members. They're still called Kiss. I don't know why people had such a hard time with this one. Great record. You're missing out. Hardest hitting Motley Crue album ever. Do yourself a favor. If you like Motley Crue or 80s rock, early 90s rock, you owe yourself to listen to this. If you like the Dead Daisies with John Corabi, listen to this album. It deserves a listen. There's a lot more respect than it gets. But that's me. You let me know what you think. Do you have this album? Did you not buy this album because Vince Neil wasn't in it? Love to hear your thoughts on this. Share it with us down below. I'll try to post a couple of songs down there. You let me know what you think of this album, okay? See you soon, guys.